Back alley extraction.
Hot fire gasolina, Medea medicina. Hot fire gasoline, and Satan come to see ya. Hot fire gasolina, Medea medicina. Hot fire gasoline, and Satan come to see ya. Rolling with a purple slither, glowing chalice of dragon venom. Rock the star of Ishtar, hot purple bacchanalia. Hit you with a ticket, heads nodding. Orphic hymns to the moon, the language of the birds. Death of a pure, wild stallion crew. Rolling in the main, magic gin, 60 pound of green, diamond shining. I'm in this thing, conch don't ring, blingy bling, hot purpley, venomous cream, sail the 7 seas. Hot fire, gasoline, dance with the muse. Athena, Medea, flying in your dreamer. Doom gatekeeper, blaze the ganja greener. Greek fire keeper, Om Sima Sima. Medea riding with me, my girl's with it. Dragon poison, every rose has its thorn. White snake, Orpheus. Hot fire gasolina, Medea medicina. Hot fire gasoline, and Satan come to see ya. Hot fire gasolina, Medea medicina. Hot fire gasoline, and Satan come to see ya.
Welcome back to Lady Babylon. You couldn't stay away. This is Ammon you, and tonight we're going to go in. But before we do, we got a little fun for us all. It's a little field trip, and it's going to be a lot of fun. And I think it's an honor. I think it's an honor here at Ammon you to be able to talk to the people that we're going to talk to tonight. Tonight we're going to have a conversation with Old Boy here. And he's going to tell us what he's doing, and he's going to tell us about the Greek that he has worked through. Fantastic. I love it. I love it. I really do. First, I want to talk, though, about something new. We are going to have Experiment Alpha take place this Friday evening. This Friday evening's Lady Babylon will be Experiment Alpha. And what we are going to do is we are going to examine a patient. We'll call him patient 1. And he has been inoculated. He's been inoculated. And what we're doing is we're subjecting him to the Holy Spirit. We're subjecting him to the Christ, and we're going to see if the inoculation was strong enough so that we can cure humanity. Isn't that great? Isn't that great? You'd love it. Now, I will tell you, this person who is coming on is not somebody that I have had on before, and I think you will all be extremely pleased at his presence. So, that's coming Friday. Tonight, what we're going to do is first, we're going to look at a person who has gone through intensive Greek and is now putting together all sorts of great stuff. Tracking down, this gent is tracking down the purple in his homeland across the pond. Fantastic. Let's bring him on. Bring on Old Boy. Old Boy, thank you so much for coming. Would you please formally introduce? I know a lot of the Lady Babylon folks already know you, right? But give yourself an introduction that you want to give the world, and you won't be interrupted by any commercials or anything like that. Go for it.
Well, thanks for having me here. First off, it's great to be able to speak to everybody. And basically, I've been through the intensive course under Ammon, and it's been such a great experience. I think we've been studying around about just under a year and a half, and going from not even being able to read the letters to now being able to go and research texts and start translating, sections of them and presenting them, it's been a liberating experience. So, thank you for the time that you put into to taking me through that process.
It's been a great job that you've done, right? You marched through the basic training, and now you're working with a text. And I saw one of your videos the other day, and it was gorgeous. You broke down, you quoted the Greek. I was like, this giant nerd. I love it. And so that drew you to the purple. Tell us a little bit about your purple quest.
So, as you know, they found a chunk of the purple at the excavation of a bathhouse. It was very close to where I lived and grew up. So I thought, you know what, I'll get in touch with them. I'll see if I can go down there, get on site, put together a little short documentary. And they got back to me and said, yeah, that's going to be cool. So, that was arranged. And then I thought, well, why not piece together a mini series looking at texts that mention the origin of it, the medical applications of it, and then the cult uses as well. And then I thought, I can just translate some chunks of texts and piece them together with some scenery nearby where I live and just present them. So, and as well, it's good for me because it gets me diving into those texts. It keeps me reading every day because, as you know, it's something you need to be doing every day because it does slip out of the brain, and it keeps me focused, it keeps me going, and it keeps me looking at Greek text. So it's a win-win all around.
Yeah, what you hear is discipline, right? Everybody's watching Ammon you tonight who's got your book. This is discipline that Old Boy is exhibiting here. This is an example to follow. Now he's running down archaeologists. Can you believe that? Run down archaeologists and talking to them about, they told you they found some more, didn't they?
Yeah, that's right. So that hasn't, hit the media or anything yet. So it was Frank Giecco, who's the person overseeing the dig. I managed to get a short 5-minute interview with him. And I said I was obviously interested in it, and he kind of had a little smile and he went, we found another piece, So, yeah, I was very excited to get that news and share it with you all. So, yeah, they found another piece.
Look at that. Look at that. A scoop. You got the story there. And you know what? I'm sure he'd love talking with you. I'm sure it was like something neat. You know what I mean? Because here you are and you're interested and you've got the background to be able to work with the text and stuff. Wow, that's impressive. And isn't it liberating, Old Boy, when you can actually work with those primary texts yourself?
Yeah, it's absolutely incredible. When I was first getting interested in this kind of stuff, I would be researching, trying to compile texts. Some of it would be in Latin, some of it would be in Greek. And you're there going, I just wish I knew what it said. And now that I've been through that process, I can just get a piece of text. I can be there with the text, a lexicon, using Alice, and then I can work through a translation.
Yeah, good. And you've got your Smythe grammar in case anything gets funny out in the bush. Tell us, oh, look at that. Tell us, where do you go from here? I know that you're interested in some things like Gaelic, or like you were going to go up north maybe and study some, what were you into? It was that Norse, right? Norse. Tell us, what is the future? And how do you see, using your classical studies?
Well, obviously, family life was a little bit hectic. It's quieting down a bit now, so I can focus on moving forward with the Greek. Still do want to pursue the runology. That is an interest of mine. I'm always tracing down the origin of where these runic scripts came from. Right now, I just want to be able to look at texts and just, I think it's a nice little package that I've found that I can deliver to people, where I can translate a text, go around some scenery, because I've got some amazing historical sites on my doorstep, and I can join the two together and just present them. So I'm happy doing that, and that's what excites me. And as I said, it keeps me reading the Greek, and that's something I want to develop to the next level. So
I love that. I absolutely love that. And I know you're going to end up integrating a whole bunch of different stuff. and you're going to end up being one of those polyglots. And more power to you. So that's inside of some people. They don't realize it's in there. Maybe you got a little inclination along the way somewhere, but man, that language work just brings out the beauty. Fantastic. So we should all check out Old Boy and, support him as somebody who's coming forward and picking up those sources, right? You could be getting in the back alley with who, you know what I mean? You're not going to get that. You're not going to get that back alley with Old Boy. He's going to give you the stuff, baby. And look at him. You know what? He doesn't have to defend his professor's position and be careful about what he says. The dude is into the texts and the reality. That's what I like. And Old Boy, you were an excellent student. And everybody here should look up to you.
Thank you.
Right? Yeah. Let's give everybody a final. Say what's on your mind, and we'll let you go.
All I would say is, have faith in the book. The Hanson and Quinn's an incredible resource. Mine is literally still bookmarked. I still refer back to it all the time. I use that in conjunction with the Smythe Greek grammar and obviously Alice, and just trust the process. Identify your verbs first. That's all I do when I go into a text. I just identify everything and then work from there. As long as you identify everything, that's a great starting point to a great starting point to start from. So, stick with it. It's worth it. And, it'll change your life and it'll change your mind. So, yeah. Thanks, guys.
We would probably get a full class if I were in the position to be able to bring a summer intensive course. I would have you be one of the chief instructors, drill instructors. Fabulous job, everybody. Big round of applause for Old Boy. Look at the respect. Feel it. Yeah, I love it, Old Boy. I'm going to keep checking out your work. Get out of here, and thank you for coming.
Thanks so much. Thank you. Take care.
All right, let's get back to the textery. Now, a lot of you here tonight, and by the way, that Old Boy is genuine, baby. He is totally genuine. So, yeah, life is good sometimes. You know what I mean? Old Boy brings that out. Anywho, let's get things going. Could you feel it? You're like, yeah, I got the mojo too. Let's keep going. You have all come tonight. We have to do this specially. People here, you've come to a place before you were here, and in that place, I know, I sensed it. I smelled in that place the unholy treatment of the religious studies scholars of the masses. I felt it. It's like a disturbance in my chest. I can't describe it except to say that it smells a little bit like a fart. Yeah. It's amazing. Let us go and let us purge from ourselves the probablys and the ideas and the theories and my idea is this and my idea. We are not here for that. You are not here for that. I am not here to give you some kind of back alley fun time. That's not what my job is. Right from the devil's mouth. My job is to bring you the light, to bring you the Greek so that you can take that Greek and forge an instrument of attack. Yeah, this is so that we can take back those texts, right? This is our life heritage, the words of our dead ancestors. What more holy is there for us to protect than those words? Yes, let's jump into it. So we'll clean off the muck because I can smell it. I can smell oh God, I know where you went. Now, for those of you who are like, what is this guy talking about? You weren't there. Okay. So just part of the congregation must purge. We must purge. Let's go. And we'll purge with reason and with accurate linguistics, right? With evidence. That's how we'll purge, because you don't care about my ideas. And that's why I'm not trying to sell you anything. You don't have to be a member here. You can walk in the door and listen. This is fantastic. Welcome to the mission of Lucifer. This is wonderful. After this, everybody gets to eat. And you don't realize that their food is drugged, but you're going to do it anyway. It's all in your head. Let's go to the text tonight. Oh, thanks, everyone. Yes, all boy. Woo! All right, fantastic. All comments of compliments toward all boys, just put them in the chat there. Fantastic. I want to bring you something tonight right off the bat, and I'm just going to translate. And after this, I saw 4 angels standing on the 4 gonias of the earth. Wait a minute. On the 4 what? And what are these angels doing? They are guarding the winds. And wait a minute. Am I in the book of Revelation? This stuff is so psychedelic. Did we already get hit by the angel? Did somebody come in and give us our, did we get it? We got the right. It's why everything is purple. Okay, good. So here we are flying, right? At the 4 gonias. What is that? You can translate that as corners, the 4 corners. Here's where I want you mentally. Think of the 4 corners. We're in the right. And the angelos, the messenger, is giving us the mystery. And the mystery starts with the restraint of the winds. And if you are living in antiquity and you are reading Greek, you know the science behind the winds. What are you, ignorant? My God, let's show you, right? What does he say? He's doing all this. What are the angels doing? They're restricting that animos, and they're keeping it from the sea and the land. It's not going to be whistling through the trees. Give me the next one. What are we doing? What are we doing, people? Medea, the architect of the first mystery in Western history. Medea is the one who created a rite whereby you could transit this life-death barrier. And in that rite is this science of the winds. Medea wrote hymns to the winds. And if you don't understand that, it's because you haven't been initiated and you don't have ears to hear. Are you ready? You know what this is doing? This isn't just Greek that I'm showing you. This is Greek that is using cult code. And that code was found and declared and titled in the early 1900s by a dude, classical scholar. That's when all the great German classical scholars were doing their thing, like in the 1920s and 1930s, right? Oh, God, they were so ahead of the game. And this one German dude comes along and he says, there's a code in the Orphic. We'll call it the Vox, right? It's the voice. Well, these texts that I'm showing you are using that code. Yes. You mean a throne isn't the throne? No. It's a drug. So something that is polythronic is a compound drug. Yes, you're getting it. Christing someone quick. As a matter of fact, let's look. There's going to be a Christing. You want to see a Christing? I thought you'd like to see a Christing tonight. We're going to talk about Moses and some answers. I know some of you just came from something. I know. Take a shower. Don't blame yourself. Yes, it's very important. Okay, let's go to the next one. Somebody's going to write. I know. Watch. I'm going to get an email. Somebody's going to take that totally literally. All right. Are you ready? Where'd they all go? Right? Okay. What is this corner of the earth? What am I throwing at you now? Right? I'm throwing at you more Greek. And what does this Greek say? It says, just like that rising, those locations where you have the rising on the corners, those cardinal directions, right? From which the winds are derived. They come, they blow over everything. They have their arche in the corners. Okay, so remember, we've taken the drugs, we were talking to the angel, and the angel is giving us the scientific, at the time, the scientific explanation of what's going on. And where is this from? This is Ptolemy. This is Ptolemy's Tetrabiblos. And in it, Ptolemy is mapping out the science that is behind everything you're seeing in the apocalypse. So when monists, fundamentalists draw pictures and the pictures look clownish, this is why. They don't understand the text because they haven't dissolved the seals. They haven't applied the seals. Here, what does this say? Right? That's where it has its origin, right? And then he talks about the rising. The next one. Here's another part, people. What does this say? It's more Ptolemy. He says these winds, right? They come from this location, and they're commonly called the southern winds. They're very warm, and they're monotikoi. They're monodic? Yes, they're monodic. What does that believe? What does that mean exactly? Let's give me the next one. What kind of winds are we dealing with? Monotikos. These are relaxing winds. These are loosening winds. Now, wait a minute. Am I talking about anthropology and history here? Yes. Don't lose the perspective of the right. Remember, we made the contract. It's implicit. All right? Hey, I don't care. You wanted it. We're going there. Right? You love it, satanic congregation. You love. What is it? It's relaxing or loosening. Look at the alemata of Galen. Galen uses this word to describe the alemata. Now, what are the alemata? They are things used in unguents. Unguents. Remember all that stuff we're putting in our eyes? You remember that? You're laying there half dead. And you got purple ooze drizzling all out of your eyes and your cheeks covered with a chalk that will prevent it from burning your skin. My goodness. What is the angel going to say? What is the angel going to say? God is about to speak. Are you ready? And she thinks you're an idiot. Give me the next one. Give me the next one quick. Give it to him fast. Watch this. And I saw another angel coming out from the east, or the rising point of the sun. And that doesn't just say the sun. It says Helios, as in the grandfather of the Medea. Yeah. Yes. And what is he? What's this angelon got? Right. Anytime you're at one of these ancient drug parties, right, and you're there undergoing the rite, remember the angel's going to bring you something. What's he got in his hand? He's got sfragida. He's got sfragida. What the heck are those? What the heck are those? Guess what, people? Do you think it? You think it may be drugs? What happens is the angel gives you those things and he starts yelling in this great voice, right? Who's he yelling at? Those four angels, baby, right? Those four angels who are standing there implementing the winds. The power is given to them to do what is unjust to all the world. Okay, are you there with me? You see those four? Don't mess around. Follow my instructions and you'll make it all the way through. Here we go. What is that sfragida the angel was carrying in his hand? It's that medicinal stuff, you bonehead. It's the medicinal stuff. Look, it's got the priestess of Artemis. Galen is out fishing for the stuff. He buys 20,000 pills of the stuff, right? To take it back to using medicine. Okay, so look, this is easy. This is easy. We got this done, baby. You know, we got everything. We got all the things that we need to make this work. Hit the next one. Medically, it's a pastille, right? That thing that the angel is carrying in his hand. Medically, is a pastille. Give me the next one. Those are all medical sources. Nobody's read these. I guarantee it. Nobody's read Paul of Aegina. Have you ever heard of Paul of Aegina? No, you haven't. Physician, another great, very popular, very influential physician from antiquity that nobody reads. He'll tell you, right? And then we've got Celsus there. Look, the Roman. He's the Roman doctor. Celsus is cool. This is not the Celsus who writes against the Christians, right? This is the Celsus who's the first century physician who's attached to the Roman legion. Right. And so he's got to have he has a whole manual of drugs. He's got the drugs for the rights. He's got, what do you do if you take bull's blood? Right. All that kind of stuff. He's got those. He's got the ones that are, just straight up medical. Oh, God, how do you treat somebody with an arrow puncture? You know what I mean? What do you pour in there that makes it better after you cauterize it? Oh, God, it's gorgeous. Pastilles are put in places, right? You got parts of your body. The pastille goes into it. And what are we going to do? We're going to do this to all the slaves of God. If you're a Christian out there today and you are not sealed, you're doomed. You're doomed. You want to see how you get sealed in the right? This is real antiquity, people. This is real antiquity. You want to see how you get sealed? Let's go. Let's seal him, he says. Let's seal him. Are you ready? We're going to do it. Epiton metoponaton. On your forehead. On your forehead. Are you ready? Okay, you ready? Give me the next one. Here it comes. Here comes the seal, baby. Your forehead here. Yeah. Hey, look, the space between your eyes. That's great. Fantastic. Surely there's no drugs going on right here. Hit the next one. What is this? Metopon. It can be a facade of some kind of temple, nau, right? Or it can be a margin, right? Or it can be a bandage for the forehead. Why would it be the word for a bandage to the forehead? It's the forehead thing. You want to see what they did with these bandages? They put drugs in them. Why? So you could get Christed. You get it? It runs into your eyes, people, right out of the cloth. You don't have to make lateral incisions, which is the way the priestesses do it. You make incisions, you cover it that way. No. You take this in directly through the eyes. And if the light that in your eyes is singular, then the whole body is full of it. You didn't get that until just now, did you? No, you didn't get it because you're not a cultist. Yeah, fine. Now you're cultists, right? Satanic congregation, you love it. You love it. Let's get to something else really, really exciting. Give me another one. Give me another one up there. There's the bandage. We already saw that. Give me the next one. Watch this, people. It's also aromatic Egyptian ointment, right? That you've got. You call it metopon, right? But it's an actual ointment. Dioscorides talks about it, right? Cool. Give me the next one. And what happens here? I wanted you to see that this calbane is the resinous juice of all heal, right? They call it panakase. This is involved as well. All right, so I got this forehead thing going on. It's Christing me, and I got drugs. Okay, fantastic. Give me the next one. Here's your Panax, by the way. It's just the all heal. They used to call it all heal. Just again, a very prominent drug. Look at the different. Oribasius is there. He's a physician. Nobody reads him either, right? He was Julian the Apostate's physician. He actually dealt with the oracle directly. He's one of the last people to ever work with an oracle. So, yeah. And give me the next one. Boo, there's more drugs. Now, remember, what have you been advised to do in the apocalypse? In the event of the apocalypse, what does Jesus, the Christ, the Son of God, what? And I'm about to give you a curveball that's going to shock you. What would Jesus Christ recommend that you do? This says he recommends that you put the colurion in your eyes, that you in Christ yourself, okay, in order that you are not injured. Okay, the Christing is to prevent you in the apocalypse from injury. You got it? Fantastic. Let's go to the next one. This is beautiful once you get the actual ancient words. I wanted to bring out, because he says you're going to have this in your hand, right? Look at these people. First of all, I just want to introduce you to the Phoenicians. We don't talk about Phoenicians a lot, but they're there. And notice that the Phoenicians are inhabitants, of course, Phoenicia. Thank you very much. Their chief city being Sidon. They appear in Homer as traders, skillful in navigation, famous alike for artistic skill and for privacy? No. Piracy. Are you wait, what? You mean like Johnny Depp? No. They're known for taking the booty, the lace. These are lacei? Yes, these are the pirates. The Phoenicians, people, they're the drug traders of antiquity. Isn't that nice? They're not a nation. If you're silly enough to think that they're a unified nation, you're in the wrong universe. Yeah, no, they're groups of drug traders. Yeah, they traffic. That's why they're called pirates. Fantastic. Keep going. And just in case you thought, this is a little bit of, we're talking about the Phoenicians who this character who's Odysseus is saying, look, I had to do certain things and I had to deal with these Phoenician sailors, you know what I mean? And what happened? I gave them Leida. Does everybody see the first word on the third line, the bottom? Leida. What is that? Leida. Look at that umlaut, class. Look at that umlaut over the iota. You know what that means? That means you don't allow it to become a diphthong. Yeah. So it's not Leida, it's Leida. Nice. Anyway, that's our word, right? What do you have to give to the Phoenicians to pacify them? You have to give them the booty. Now, sometimes that booty is kids. Yeah, sorry, but that's a fact. When Jesus Christ says, I am not a laestes, after they arrest him in a public park with a naked kid, it's because the booty is the kid. Okay. All right. The booty is the kid. I'm just coming right out of the text, people. That's it. It's just right out of the text. Give me the next one. They're going to love this because I'm going to throw the curveball. Are you ready? Who is this? This is Athena. We're back in the Odyssey, right? And this is Athena. I think this is book 13. This is Athena, and what happens? She applies her Rabdon to him. Right? Remember, who's Athena? She's the virgin. What's she doing? She's following Odysseus around. And now she gives him the once-over with the Rabdon. And what is she doing with the Rabdon? Everybody here knows that is an implement of Dionysus. Huh. And what does her Rabdon do to him? She rubs it all over his little wavy limbs, and it burns up his flesh. Yeah. And what does it do? It turns his gorgeous blonde hair a dark color. Yeah. And it makes all his skin wrinkled. Makes all of his skin wrinkled. And he was hot. And that's what it says. The last two lines is, even though he was really hot, right? Everybody knows Odysseus is very hot. Why do you think the virgin follows him around, right? She even tells him once, it's your cunning. It's your wily cunning that really attracts me. Isn't that gorgeous? It's a beautiful picture. Yeah. Anywho, what's happening here? We're applying drugs again and again and again. Hit the next one. Boom. Okay. What do you give to the muses? You give them the all gold fleece of the ram. Yeah. Okay. Now remember, we're at the wedding and we are joining the church and Jesus, right? In the mystery, we are all working toward the wedding. Okay. The wedding is always on the fleece. That union comes through the words, the sacred song that is printed on the fleece using drugged ink. You want to see those angels? Right? You got to go through the fleece. The Lamb of God is the fleece. Kind of makes sense, doesn't it? Bah. Give me the next one. Oh God, after this I saw a huge crowd and nobody was able to, it was so big, nobody was able to number it, right? And from where'd these people come from? They were from every group, every tribe, every peoples. They had all different languages and standing before the throne and before the fleece. And they were wrapped in white and they had Phoinikido in their hands. What did they have? What did these revelers and worshipers of the great and almighty, what did they have in their hands? They had date palms. Oh, come here, biblical scholar. I don't know what to do. You can't get it out of them. You can't get it out of them. Give me the next one and show me. Let's look at this word phoenix. What is a phoenix? Well, it's one of those Phoenicians that we were just talking about, right? One of those Phoenicians, good. And they're living in Sidon. That's great. We've identified them as a group. So do they have Phoenicians in their hand? No, they don't have Phoenicians in their hand. What do they have? They have the purple or the crimson. They have the purple or the crimson. Interesting. What kind of things have those crimson and that purple? Look at the gowns and the flocks. You know what the flocks is? You got that purple madness. Hit me with the next one. Let's keep going with the purple and track it down a little bit. Look at this great Greek word, Phoinikido. What is a Phoinikido? It's something that is stained, right? Stained red. They have the porphyra, which is that darker purple, and they have this phoinikon. That is that which is kind of reddish. It just changes in different pigments. Oh God, I don't know. I don't know the science, right? But I do know this. We're to have that in hand. Wait a minute, curveball's coming. You're going to see Jesus for the first time. Give me the next one. I promise you, people, I appreciate that you've hung in this long, and I'm going to show you Jesus in a way that nobody else can show him to you. Are you ready? Phoinikido. What does that mean to Phoinikido? It means to imitate the Phoenicians. It means to be or do the Phoenician. You want to do the Phoenician? Everybody's talking about the Phoenician, you know what I mean? You want to do the Phoenician? What does it mean? It means to imitate the Phoenicians. Uh-oh. Look what some Victorian put in there. Of unnatural vice. Okay, wait a minute. I don't know. Is this line bugged? I don't know about this one. But don't worry, because one of our sources is Lucian on this. And Lucian is very happy to tell us exactly what it means. Give me the next text and let me show you. It means to lesbiadzane, right? So what is going on here in this text? Somebody's being talked about as doing this type of activity, to lesbiadzo and to Phoinikido, right? And to Phoinikido. What does it still mean to do? Well, you know what the lesbiadzo is, right? Let's check it, Chewy, just for the people who want implicitly to do like the lesbian women. Well, what does that mean? Seriously, Lesbos is an island, baby. What are those Mytileneans doing? I don't know. On Lesbos, what do you do that's so well? Maybe the Latin will help us. Look, felare, felare. Oh, right? No, that's the wrong word, isn't it? Yeah, I think it is because felare means to do certain things with the mouth to produce some what became known as fellatio, fellatio, and a fellator. Listen to the Latin. A fellator is somebody who performs fellatio. Yes. Fantastic. So that's to do the lesbos thing. Yeah, is to perform fellatio. And give me the next one. Unfortunately, what is the let's keep going. What does the Phoinikido mean? Where were we? Did we get lost? Star charts got Yep, it's the next one. Boom. And, what are we gonna be doing with it? Here's the unnatural. That was the unnatural part. Okay. Now I want you to look at this text, and I'm just going to translate it to you. And I want you to create the mental image that you can. Fire cannot extinguish fire. There is a moist stinging in my eyes, causing me to want to grab on to that beauty and to never let go of that boy. What is Aphrodite doing? Oh my God. You mean to do the Phoenician has to do with that little boy that was with Jesus? Do you remember what color the cloak was that they put on Jesus? Do you remember that little celebration? That little here's the man? Oh, you're going to see what it actually is. Go to the next one. Isn't it wonderful? When you get down to the dirt of the language, all of a sudden it's like that makes a hell of a lot more sense, right? Everybody writes to me and says that. It makes a lot more sense of a lot of things that I thought of were weird in the past, but okay. And what happens? Pilate took Jesus and he whipped him. It was something like this. Here, take this, Jesus. Oh, how's that? Jesus, you don't make any noise. I could imagine it. You know what I mean? Just give me a second to imagine it. Come here. No, seriously. Pull that up. Yep. Exposed. Yep. There we go. Oh, yeah. Here you go. Oh, I've always wanted to hit Jesus there. Oh, Pilate. What did he do? He mastigos in him. He mastigated him. What does that mean? It means he beat him. They beat him with whips. Are you ready? Why are they doing this? It's so mean. Let's see. Don't the Romans have justice? Yeah, they do. This is it. Are you ready? And what did the soldiers do? They made a crown from acanthus. They took that thorn, that acacia thorn that all those freaks are using who are doing the Phoenician. And they made a little crown for him, put it on his head. And what else did they do? They gave him a purple robe and wrapped him up in it. And ready? Here's the climax. This is after they whipped him. Give me the next one. He's got his robe on. Chewy, stop eating the popcorn. Give me the next one. And what happened? Jesus came out and he's wearing the crown. He's wearing that purple robe. And he says to them, look, here's the dude. Here's the dude. They dressed him as a laestace. They dressed him as somebody who'd be doing the Phoenician. And you know what it means to do the Phoenician? It means whatever Jesus was doing with that kid in a public park at 4 a.m. Yeah. And it happens to mean in the language to enter into sexual relations with a child. In this case, a boy. Okay. Give me the next one. You guys didn't. You wondered why Pilate was like, Make a show here. What does he work on Broadway or something? Make a show. Let's make a show of this whole thing. He was giving them exactly what they had arrested. And that's why the people reacted the way they did. What happened when he went out like that? Yeah, the crowd wanted him dead, baby. They wanted him dead. Here he is. You know, you can't even touch his headband without getting high. Right? What do they do in their cult? They put that stuff over the eyes and the forehead. Yeah. Oh, God. Bunch of freaks. Bunch of freaks. Yeah. And so the Jews said, we have a law. And according to our law, this dude must die. And why must he die? Because he made himself the Son of God. He made himself a son of God. You mean he did what Bacchus did? He did the mystery. The sons of God came into the daughters of men, and what did they teach them? They taught them these drugs. Look it up. It's in Enoch. Fantastic. Fantastic. Will you make yourself a son of God? That is a mystery process that involves a Christing. Yeah. And it involves young boys because it is a corruption of the Bronze Age original. You mean our religions are all Bronze Age worship of Saturnian Satanism? Yes, of course. Where'd you think they got all their terminology from? The tabernacle? You think that was just somebody just boop in their head and, oh, I know what we'll do. We'll build a tent and fill it with smoke. Get really high and hear the voice of God. Yeah, no, it's much more likely that it came from a bush that burned, right? Where you can see God's backside. Is it his birthday? Give me a break here. I'm going to take a break, people. Just enjoy. Yahoo! When's your birthday? Everybody, happy birthday to Yahoo! Happy birthday to Yahoo! Happy birthday, Elohim and Hashm Jehovah. It was in the 3rd century. Fantastic. Keep everything in perspective, right? You got to keep things in perspective. Let's go to the next one. I know this is long tonight, people, but I wanted to show you some really good stuff because I know some of you got taken advantage of, up here. What is the Phoinikisma? What is that? It's the epithemata. It's the things that you apply or the things that you're using through the Phoenix. Keep going. What does that mean? Well, that's why I brought you this one to kind of show you what are the epithema. That's the cover, a capital of a column, a remedy for an external application. Wait, what? It's a shaft of an arrow and it's a remedy. Okay, think about that for a minute. Think about that. We're still with the oestrus. We're still with that eos. Love it. Give me the next one. What is the Phoinikistes? Okay, here we are with Jesus. He's standing there. I want you to see the picture. Jesus Christ with a crown of acacia that they're using in their rites. And he's got everything going, and they've got a purple cloak on him. So they can show you he is one of these, a Phoinikistes. And what is that? It's a dyer. It's a wearer of the purple, which is exactly what he is. It's what Pilate is showing you. Here's his purple. And what is it? It's somebody who Phoinikido. Give me the next one. And give me a really precise definition, you Victoria knucklehead. Give me a very, it's the same thing. It's just the unnatural vice. Give me the next one. Oh, God, it's not helping. Well, what is a phoinicoboptos? It's something that has been purple dyed. You mean the Baptists were not dying people in the waters? No, they weren't. They were using dyes as drugs and then ritually bathing. And when the people came out of the ritual bath, they saw stuff. They saw Uranus open. Yeah, we should go see it sometime. We can watch them. They get freaky. Let's go to the next one. So what are these Phoinical baptoi? What do they do? This is a text that tells us you must honor those who are Phoenician baptized, right? And bring out that light. Okay. Do you still have the voice? Are you still using the voice? Who are these people that we talk about? These are the Furies, baby. These are the Furies who are going to become Eumenides. They're going to become Eumenides. And the chorus tells us, oh, earth, you bore this group, this generation of serpent-toothed, nourished people. And what are they accompanied by? They're accompanied by a therotrophic dragon with purple on his drooling down his forehead. Wait, what did you just say? Anthropologically, we've got a group of people. These are Thebans, and everybody knows that the Thebans are born from the tooth of the serpent. All right, that tooth is that stinging. It is that plague. It is the insertion of the poison, and that poison is carried by a dragon. And remember, the Greeks told us themselves, when they say dragon, they don't mean dragon. They mean a person who is a dragon. And what is a dragon? Dragons guard monuments. They guard temples that have relics. Right? Any kind of relic. That's what dragons do. They protect relics. And what do these dragons have? They got the purple coming down their forehead into their eyes. What does the purple do? It blinds them. But at the same time, it allows them to see the invisible. Right? Imagine that. Your dragon who is guarding your relic can see what you can't. Everybody in classics used to always say, why is it? Why are the dragons always blind? Why are those seers always blind? Yeah, guess what, people? Those drugs fill you with light. Yeah. You thought you just wanted to be healed of your depression, right? They didn't stop there. They not only healed you of your depression, they filled you with light. Oh God. Let's get another one. Yeah. Okay, go. Give me the next one. Finally, what is Mary, the mother of Jesus? Who is she? She is the Phoinikido, that crimson fingered one, right? That crimson fingered one. Why does she have that dye on her hands? Why does she have that? It's because of the group that she's with, right? She came right out of the temple. You and I were all there. We saw when they auctioned her off. Everybody brought their umbrella in as some kind of rod they were using, and they picked out one at random, gave her ding, ding, ding. You win, bingo, right? It's virgin bingo, fantastic. But she was pregnant at 12. Maybe that's why they kicked her out. One of those angels that fed her, didn't bring the right stuff, because they're supposed to prevent that. Right? You're supposed to be able to prevent that in your priestesses, right? Not only that, but she could have had an STD, right? Because if they're not using the drugs that the Greeks are using in the rite that prevent pregnancy, they're probably also not using the drugs that cause you to, that help you to keep from getting STDs. Yeah. So she probably had STDs too, pregnant and STDs. Oh, poor Mary. Maybe that's why they paid her so much. Maybe They didn't pay the mother of Christ. How dare you blaspheme? Yeah, they did. I saw them. Gave her a bunch of gold and drugs. Yeah, they did. Why? Oh, they saw his star. You don't understand because you haven't been initiated. Fortunately, if we listen to Old Boy and follow the path, you can be reading these texts too and don't have to listen to a person like me. It's the way it goes. It's the one thing I can give back. It's the one beautiful thing I can give you back is Mother Greek and her sexy, sexy life. Oh, God. Mother Greek is so sexy. 1.5 million words. By the way, some of you tonight were at a talk where finally, Neil asked the question to a great scholar of theology. And he said, tell me, scholar of theology, what is the problem? Why does ancient Hebrew only have 8,000 unique words? And ancient Greek has 1 million to 1.5 million. What came as an answer from that person was absolutely timelessly hilarious. Oh my God, pure hilarity. Pure. Did you hear the answer? It was amazing. This is a science, people. Remember, what happened? Somebody use the force. Oh, it's not working. Help. Wow. I kind of like the look though. My name. No, okay. Let's go to the next source. Come on. People are like, get your stuff together. By the way, everybody who hates my camera, it's not my camera, it's my internet. Right? I'm on a little bicycle on the side of the highway. I got 8 Mbps, buddy. Phoinikido crocus. This is just the purple woof. What's the purple woof? The warp and the woof. You know how it goes. It's weaving. And look what they're making. They're making a zona. Don't you like a zona? You know what a zona is? I'll hang out in the blue fog. A zona is something that a woman wears around her breasts. And these things are ornate in antiquity. Aphrodite has such a cool one that it's got a barb on it. And the barb is colored with, guess what? The burning purple. And she can take it. And she can take it off and she can hit you with it. And you know what happens when Aphrodite hits you with that lingerie, right? Her cestus is the one that goes around her what would you call it? Her private parts. Yeah. And the zona is the one that goes around her breasts. Yes. And the one that's down there has a barb. That's the barb one. Boom, boom, boom. And that one is, it hits you and it stings. They call it the kestus, right? Some people say cestus, right? But in antiquity, kestos. And what does that thing do? It causes you to love. Isn't that something? It causes you to love. And not in necessarily a good way, in an anguishing way. Remember the guy that we were reading tonight who was talking about his boys and doing the Phoenician thing with them? And he was like, it stings my eyes. I can't get it out at all. It's the muops in my eyes, baby. What's the muops? It is the oestrus, the gadfly that stings. When Paul is talking about a thorn in the flesh, it's because he has a boy. This is the way. Oh, no, sorry. Made myself a little. Let's go. I can do this. The images are not too overpowering. Yeah, and there was a woman, Lydia, and she's the one who supported Paul. I just want you to see on that first line, Porphyropolis. What is she? She's the local dealer. She's the Thyatiran dealer of purple. People, I am showing you an ancient drug dealer. Ancient drug dealer. Her name is Lydia. Oh, and by the way, she's rich. She is rich. You know what she can do? She can send this guy around, Paul. She can send him around across vast distances to go take his message to the world. She's paying for it. How does she pay for it? She deals the purple, baby. You shut up. Give me the next one. Give me the next one. We got two more. Por fupoles. Look, in case you didn't believe me, right? Please understand that we have to work with the Laestai, the pirates. We have to work with them, right? You thought Phoenicians were sophisticated. No, they are dealers in drugs. They are dealers in drugs. Stop romanticizing and creating a fairy tale. She is rich off their flow of drugs. And the Romans have had enough of the Laestais. Why? Because they're taking children, baby. They're taking children. The dude was arrested in a public park with a naked kid. And you suck his blood and flesh every weekend. Every one of your sabbats is full of it. Oh, God. Give me the next one. What else? There's that dyed purple. What is dyed purple? It's that skin, baby. It's that ram skin. Oh, give me. And finally, somebody's got to have those dyed feet. Probably Demeter, right? Demeter is the one we're talking about. From that ripe corn. Now, they didn't have corn. That's a New World thing. When the Brits say corn, they mean wheat. They mean wheat. Wait, we're talking about purple wheat? That's what it says. We're talking about that purple wheat. Do you know how to prepare it? No, you don't. No, you don't. But don't worry. That's what those virgin priestesses are for. Right? Until they get pregnant. Then out you go. Right? Out you go. Off with your head. Right? They call that the Saturnian reaping. The Saturnian reaping. Oh, okay. Give me the, nope, that's okay. Give me finally. Oh, I want to change. Hang on. I've got to change. Did we do this one? Yeah, that was it. Yep. That was Demeter, right? Why are their feet that way? Why is Hecate's? I read an explanation once. It was direct and talked about the rite and the fact that these Linnaean Bacchic rites they're going to involve this kind of thing where your feet end up getting stained. Baptize my feet, baby. Love it. Okay. Ooh, that sounded creepy to me. Let's go. I don't know. I guess you had to be there. Give me, people, bear with me. I'm going to go get the DI. And as I do so, I want you to watch Happy Birthday one more time. Yahoo. Yahoo. When's your birthday? Everybody. Happy birthday to Yahoo. Happy birthday to Yahoo. Happy birthday, Elohim Hashem Jehovah. It was in the 3rd century. All right. Thank you for having me tonight. Now, listen to me very carefully. You saw an example of somebody tonight, Old Boy. And Old Boy had the guts to work through this program, to go completely through the initiation into ancient Greek. Has he been working on it for a while? Yes, of course he has. Guess what? We all are, right? I am. I've been doing it for 35 years. And you know what? I still work on it every day. Every day. That's how you keep up your training. That's how you keep strong. That's how you keep ready. You pass those PTs and you're ready to go. That's what you're for, right? If you've got what it takes to make it through intensive Greek. Now, this is our 4th session. We have come through 1 unit in 4 sessions. Are we going to take so long on the other sessions? No. On the other units? No, absolutely not. I'm going to compel you to run forward. Some of you are saying, it's a little bit slower than I thought it would be. Yes. Unit 1 must be complete. What are the things that you need to know? Now, I've been dealing with office hours and visits from people who are involved in Ammon and want to know, where am I? What kind of progress? Am I doing the right thing? So I'm going to tell you tonight the right things that you should be doing. Everybody has had plenty of time to read the introduction and unit 1. Okay. I told you for the introduction, do not bother with the accents. You and I will work on accents together. Don't worry about accents. You know, the history of the language, that's great. You've gotten your little bit of pronunciation in. You looked at your diphthongs. You got your alphabet down. That was the intro. In unit 1, you started looking at nouns. Nouns of the first declension, nouns of the second declension, feminine nouns of the first declension, masculine and neuter nouns of the second declension. That's what you must know. You have just been given the ability to look at the words and to sound out a word. I want to show you what you should be able to do. It is the benchmark that you will rise to in order to continue on to unit 2. Okay? We're all going to have a test after unit 3. And people who don't run my course in 3 minutes and 30 seconds are gone. Right? Which means what? It means you're all going to run it in 3 minutes and 30 seconds. Right? Because you all have what it takes to get through this. Right? Fantastic. Give me the first one. You have just learned putting together words. Actually, I want to go to the vocab first. Give me that one, please. You have just been learning to put together words, to take letters, little individual letters, and string them together. I want you to look at the top word. I'm just going to pronounce it for you. Agora. Agora. And what is there? The nominative is there. The nominative case, agora, followed by the genitive, agoras. And then finally, the definite article, hey. The word for the is there. Fantastic. And what is that agora? And I know you're there. You're like, it's a marketplace. Now, where are you? If in Greek, at this point, you can look at this word at the top of the page and you can sound it out to yourself, agora. And you can tell yourself it's a noun and it means marketplace. Then you are performing at peak. Okay? That's where you should be. Fantastic. Adelphos. Look at the next one. Adelphos. Adelphu in the genitive. Ho. Ho. I don't care if you can deal with or spell genitive now. I just want you to know that second part of the noun, that's the genitive case. Fantastic. Look at the third word. Oh, what is the adelphos? Brother. Anthropos. Person. Biblion. Book. And what is biblion? Look, that's a second declension, neuter noun. You should know it's second declension. I'm going to show you the first and second declension charts that you should have memorized by this point. I know people are sitting there. He's taking too long. Shh, stop. Trust me, please. You ready? Doron. Underneath that, doron. That's a gift. Then you get 3 prepositions, ace, ek, and in. And what do those mean? It mean into, out of, and on. Fantastic. What's the noun underneath that? Ergon. And right, you're sitting there as you're watching this while I'm standing in this blue fog, and you're sitting there saying, hey, ergon, ergon, work, ergon, ergon. What are you doing? The repetition is imprinting this in your brain, right? There'll come a time when you're like old boy and you'll be pulling down texts and translating them, right? And you will have to have base vocabulary. Base, this is it. And these roots are delicious. Look at ergon. It means work. We get ergonomics. Isn't that lovely? Oh, God. Ergonomical engineering. Oh, God, I love it. Look at the one underneath that, theos, God. Underneath that is a conjunction or an adverb. It can act as an adverb. Kai, right? Meaning and or even. Good. And next one, please, Chewy. Give me the other vocabulary you got to know, because people, give me the next, the next vocabulary. Because if you don't know the vocabulary, you're ruined. You can't go anywhere without the vocabulary, right? Look at the top one, logos, that means word. Under that is mache, battle, right? Nasos, island. There's your definite article underneath that, hoheta. The first one's masculine, the second one's feminine, third one's neuter. I'm going to flash that paradigm. This is one of the paradigms you should memorize, right? Ho, tu, toi, ton. Hoi, ton, tois, tus. I can say that in my sleep. right? I can chant that to myself. It's kind of nice. Try it for the different genders. See how it feels. Love it. Did he just, Martha, did he just say something about trying on a different gender? What's the next one? Hodos, that's a road. Oikia, under that, that's a house. Homeros, that's a dude, Homer. Paidewe, to teach. Pimpe, to send. Techne, skill. We get technological from that, right? Good. Hora is the countryside or land. Psyche, sorry, I almost added one. Psyche is the soul. Tuke, by the way, is chance. Tuke, isn't that interesting? And then we get an interjection, oh, as in, oh my. Oh my. Let's go to the next one. I want you to look at these charts then. These are the charts from Unit 1 that you will need to pass the exam coming up in 2 units. Are you ready? These are first declension nouns, feminine, techne, meaning skill. Look at the endings, how they change in the genitive, dative, and accusative cases. Techne, technes, techne. Look at the little iota at the end of the dative under the eta, right? Somebody jammed a little iota under there. I want to hear it. Some classes say, no, you don't hear it. And I say, I want to hear it. Techne. And then techne in the accusative. Look at the plurals. Techni, technon, technice, technos. What do you need to know? You need to remember these endings so that if you see techne with just an eta on the end, you can say, I know this is a nominative case. I don't want you to worry too much right now about the nuances of nominative, genitive, dative, and accusative. You're going to be learning these, right? Right now, I want you to be able to identify when something is a nominative, a genitive, a dative, or accusative. Now, you students at Ammon U who are doing the Greek and who will progress through the course, you are investigators. You are investigators. This machinery is logical, and you must have it memorized. You must know that an eta by itself is a nominative, an eta sigma is a genitive. You must know that. This is just logic. It has nothing to do with your ability to be smart or not. It's nothing to do with brains. Simply remembering these forms. You have to be able to recognize it. Now, if you're lucky and you have an eidetic memory, you look at that one chart one time and boom. If you're like me, you got to run that course over and over again until it's in your brain automatically. Repetitio est mater scientia. Repetition is the mother of learning, says Cicero. We must repeat these things. If I were in your house, I would bring my whip and I would force you to repeat these over and over until you were sick of hearing them. That's how you do it. That's how you do it. Yeah, a lot of people like to write it out, engage your hand, right? Good. Give me the next one. What else do we need to know? We need to know there are masculine and neuter nouns. And the first column here is masculine, logos. The last column is neuter, doron. So if you memorize that first column and that last column, you'll be in good shape. Look at the endings, os, u, oi, on. And don't worry about the vocative. I don't want you memorizing the vocative. That little VOC at the bottom, forget that for now. Look at the plurals, oi, on, ois, us. Memorize those endings, masculine in the plural, oi, on, ois, us. What is the neuter in the plural? A, on, ois, a. Right? Do I have to think of that? No. I need you to get it to where it's muscle memory, where you can jerk that up just out of nowhere, where your wife can come to you in the shower and smack you, and you can yell out, ace, aim. Right? Why? Why did you shout out paradigms? Well, somebody was flogging you. Well, it's a thing we do. Make it an exercise, family building exercise. Love it. The Bacchic family, the family that whips together, stays together. Yes, fantastic. Fantastic. Let's go to the one underneath that. Did he tell them to do what I think he told them? No. People. Okay. Let's do this the right way. This is the last chart that you need to know from this chapter. It is your, what is this? Oh my God. It is your what? Ha, hey, ta. It's the word for the. It's the word for the. It's called. What's the nerdy name for it? You know, you always come up with a sexy, nerdy name for things. The definite article. Are you the definite article? I think I'm the definite article. In the world of in the world of grammar, Ammon is the definite article. I like that, don't you, Chewy? I like that. Chewy was mad tonight because she was watching with the rest of us. She was watching and she was like, really? This guy has a PhD? And I said, yes, dear. But it's in theology and Bible studies. Right. This is why you don't have international conferences with classicists and Bible studies. Professionally, this never happens. Why do biblical scholars never show up at international classics conferences? You know, for classical Greek, why do they never show up? Because, you know, if you're, how do I put it simply? If your shit isn't good enough, you know, you're going to look silly. And so they know not to show up. It's amazing. The level of professionalism with biblical scholars is grossly, you know, it's just people overestimate it, but whatever. Here's your definite articles. Memorize these. Ho tu toi ton, hoi ton tois tus, hey taste te tain, high ton dice tas, to tu toi to, ta ton tois ta. Right? When you can say that to yourself and you can keep in your brain, remember you're keeping in your brain nominative, genitive, dative, accusative, and you say, I don't want to do that. I don't care. Stare at this chart until it becomes part of your mind, until subconsciously you're bringing up images of definite articles changing through the cases, moving, and that definite article becomes a sexy, beautiful lady. And what does that sexy, beautiful lady do? She changes. She changes through being the subject to being she who possesses, to being she for whom something is done, to she who is the object of the action. Right? Follow this nominative, genitive, dative, accusative. Please. This is what you must know for Unit 1. For Unit 1. Now, I'm going to give you a couple of sentences really quick, and then we're going to call it. And you're saying, wait a minute, you didn't spend enough time on that. Are you ready? If you've done everything I've just told you to do, you will be ready. Now go run. Do it. Ready? Here we are with the exercises. Look at number 9. Techne kai ton adelphon paidewe hohomeros. Hohomeros is in the nominative case, so that's your subject. Your verb is paidewe. So Homer teaches. Who does he teach? He's got to teach somebody in the accusative case, because that's what the verb is acting on. And here we've got adelphon in the accusative case. Homer teaches his brother. What does he teach him? Techne. You got a dative, a little dangling dative there. Don't you hate when you got a little dangling dative? You just want, boop, you know, just kind of push it and it falls off the tree. You know what I mean? That's your dative. You want to pick pairs? Here's your dative. Techne. With skill. When you're translating datives, I don't want you to think about it. They're the indirect objects. I don't want you to think about it. I want you to say, how am I going to translate this? I'm going to translate this as to, for, or with. To skill? No, that sounds stupid. For skill? That sounds stupid. With skill. Aha. There's one. Don't try to figure your way out of this jungle. Just do exactly what I say, and you will survive this war. Good. Fantastic. Look at number 21. Hohomeros. There he is again. He looks like he's in the nominative case, so I'm going to make him the subject. Hohomeros. Jump 2 words and you get paidewe. There's your verb. Homer teaches what? What does he teach? Ton adelphon. He teaches his brother. Now, here's the problem. You have two accusatives. Can you have a double accusative in Greek? Yes. You can teach somebody something. And the verb is still acting on both of them. It's acting on his brother and the thing at the same time. What is he teaching him? Technane, skill. You see how skill is in the accusative case? Because the verb is acting on it. Everything in the sentence, you could jumble this thing and throw it in the air, and it could land in all different order, and it would still mean the same thing. Do you see how solid Greek is? Your English is based on word order. You use an inferior operating system. Yeah, you do, but that's okay. We're here to give you the new one. This is a much better operating system. Okay, and what is the Biblios doing? Well, he teaches them with books. What are the means? Those are the books. Yeah, how are they learning? They're learning through the books. Feel that dative. That dative sets those circumstances. It's very, it's going to tell you, how is this action being implemented? Biblios, with books, baby. Right? Love it. Okay, kind of sneaks in there. Kind of catches you off guard. All right, here's what I want to do. I want to stop there. And what you can do is the sentences at the end of the chapter. I should cover enough of those to hit every point that unit is trying to make. So if you go back and play those, you will get every point that the unit is trying to make to you. And if you can translate those sentences, you're performing at maximum. Good job. Those of you who are doing this and eating it up, because I'm getting some email from people saying, this is too slow. I just want to run ahead. Restrain yourself. Perfect your unit 1. Know all of those words. You know what anthropology means because you know what an anthropos is. Do you understand? You love it. You love this stuff. Okay, I think we've done a good thing. And I think we've come to a good place. I want people to know that our momentum is gaining, right? We're about to see some goodies. I'm going to have an experiment for you Friday. Now, I will have somebody with me. That's somebody you have not seen me with on Lady Babylon. I look forward to it. And I look forward to the chance of being able to bring a cure. And to be able to help with the gift that I've been given of being able to learn, study, and use ancient Greek. It's a great honor. Now, several of you are like Old Boy. You've been through the courses, and I know that you are helping people who have lots of questions. People have questions, and those are good things to ask people who have already been through the course. And you can reach these people on Discord. You can reach them on Discord, and they have great resources. They have great resources there. Whole pool of stuff, text, all sorts of stuff, right? Oh, God, you're going to love it. And we will give directions. Can we post that somehow? In order for people to be able to talk to people who have been, the Discord. Put the name up there, Chewy, give us a hand here so that people can find this, right? The public one, right? We want the public one that everybody can go to as if it were a museum, right? And can work with it. And you may be able to chat. I know there are hundreds of us, but you may be able to chat with people there who can tell you, oh, you know what? Just, do what he says with that first unit and you're in good shape. Do you know these words? Right? They can help you out. That's a very positive thing. They would be my TAs. They would, oh, here it is. I posted. I didn't post it. Chewy, thank you, Chewy. Link to the Discord. Yes, and remember, Henry Cavill, Chewy loves you. Anyway, let's do this thing. Finally, thank you, people, for coming. I want you to have a nice, Chewy spends a lot of thought that is anchored in a lot of reading and literature. And when she puts together these videos that are expressions of that Orphic singer, who is for us a teddy bass, it's important that you understand you're being brainwashed. Thank you very much for coming. Everybody stay out of the alleyway. I'm going to have a clip next time of the answer to the question of why there are only 8,000 Hebrew words, which is absolutely delicious, soul-suckingly delicious. I'm going to have that next time as well. Thank you for coming tonight. I appreciate everybody's time who came tonight, and hail Satan.
My girl's got the shit that will jack you up and knock you on your hiney. Time to say goodnighty. All of my love burning up, lavender hot stuff in this thing. Medea's kiss, click, bang. Hot purple barbarouse, burning up my love for you. Wandering star, rolling with the sword, going door to door, saving all the children. Hot purple living, blazing up all my love. Inhale deep, take 2 puffs, just a touch, not too much. Should get on top of you with a little push. 3 days late, what happened to your face? Your shit went flush. Don't rub a duck. Latex purple, that girl work you. Hot purple gasoline, Medea belly dancing in the moonshine. Chalice glowing, Rayman Zeus, operator smooth. Hot fire gasolina, Medea medicina. Hot fire gasoline, and Satan come to see ya. Hot fire gasolina, Medea medicina. Hot fire gasoline, and Satan come to see ya.